Okay, imagine this for a moment. You're living thousands of years ago, maybe near one of those ancient mountain cities. You're studying, really diving deep into the old ways, training to be a medicine person.
Right, learning everything that's been passed down.
Exactly. But you've got this feeling, this sense that, well, what you've been taught, it isn't quite the full picture. There has to be something more.
And that feeling, that search, is really the heart of our deep dive today. We're focusing on just one person's experience documented in a source called introduction.pdf.
Yeah, and this experience, it apparently completely turned their life upside down, all from one single night under this incredibly clear, dark sky.
That's the focus. Our mission here is basically to unpack this ancient view on reality, perception, what it means to be, using only the story and the ideas we find in this specific source.
So let's set the scene. This person, full of these questions, goes off to sleep in a cave for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And they wake up, it's a new moon, pitch black, but the sky is just blazing with stars. But even before they go outside, something significant happens. Oh, yeah.
What's that? The source mentions they actually dream they see their own body, lying there asleep in the cave.
Whoa, okay. So a bit of an out-of-body sense even before the main event.
Sort of sets the stage, yeah. Then they come out of the cave, and bam, millions of stars. Just overwhelming. And right then, the source says something just clicks inside them.
Not just seeing, but like an internal shift.
Exactly, a profound internal event.
And then comes the big realization, the core of it all. They look down at their hands, feel their own body, and this inner voice, or maybe just a deep knowing, says, I am made of light. I am made of stars.
Yeah, powerful words. And it wasn't just a poetic thought, apparently. It sparked an even deeper understanding almost immediately.
How so?
Well, they looked back up at all those stars, and the thought came, wait, it's not the stars making the light. It's the light that's making the stars.
Okay, hold on. That flips everything around. Light creates the stars.
That's the realization described, and it broadened out from there. They understood everything is made of light.
Everything, even the empty space.
And the space in between isn't empty. Exactly. So not just objects, but the void, too. It's all this light stuff. And with that came this knowledge. Everything that exists, all of it, is actually one single living being.
One living being, wow. And the light itself.
The light is the messenger of life, because the light is alive, and it carries, well, all information.
Okay, let me just process that. Everything's light, it's all one being, light is alive and carries information. But didn't they also feel like they were in between the stars, not just the stars?
Yes, precisely. That distinction is crucial.
Yeah.
They recognized they were made of stars, of light, but they weren't those specific points of light. They were also the space, the connection. This is where the source brings in two key terms.
Right, I remember reading about these.
They looked at the stars, the specific forms, and called that the tonal.
The tonal.
And then the light between the stars, that essence filling the space, which they also felt they were part of, that they called the nagual.
Tonal and nagual, the forms and the luminous space between.
You could put it that way, yeah. The distinct points and the connecting essence.
So what holds them together? I mean, the stars and the space, the tonal and the nagual, how do they relate?
Well, according to this view, what links them, what creates the harmony and the very space for them to exist, is called life, or sometimes intent.
Life or intent.
Yeah. Without this force, this underlying principle, the tonal and nagual simply couldn't be. The source actually describes this life as the force of the absolute. The supreme, the creator who creates everything.
Okay, so life intent is a creator binding these two aspects, the tonal and nagual, and everything is made of this fundamental light. So the ultimate conclusion about God or existence.
This is the big one. What they realized in that moment, the source says, was this. Everything, absolutely everything in existence is just a manifestation, like an appearance of that one living being, that life, that creator.
Not just made by God, but
everything is God. That was the direct insight.
Everything is God. And if we're part of everything made of this light, how did that change how they saw, like, basic human perception, how we see the world?
It led to a really simple yet massive idea. Human perception is just light perceiving light.
Light perceiving light, huh?
That's the fundamental mechanism, as described in the source.
And this is where the mirror idea comes in, right? That central metaphor.
Exactly. They saw that matter, physical stuff, it acts like a mirror. It just reflects this fundamental light, and that's how we get the images, the world we see.
Okay, matter is a mirror reflecting light.
But here's the kicker. They also saw that the world we usually experience, our everyday reality with its rules and identities, that's an illusion. They called it the dream.
The dream, like we're all dreaming.
Kind of. And this dream, they said, it's like smoke. It hangs in the air and stops us from seeing what we truly are.
So if the world is mirrors, perception is light, seeing light. What's behind the smoke?
Yeah.
What are we, really?
The source quotes their understanding directly. The real us is pure love, pure light. That's the essence the smoke hides.
And this wasn't just like a cool thought. It changed him completely. How does it actually affect how he saw the world day to day?
Oh, profoundly. It wasn't intellectual, it was total transformation. Looking at other people, at nature, it filled him with amazement. He started seeing himself in everything.
In other people, animals, trees.
Everything. Humans, animals, trees, water, rain, clouds, the earth itself. He saw it all as life, the creator, just mixing the tonal, the form, and the nagal, the essence, in billions of different ways, creating all these different manifestations of life.
So in that one night, he basically understood everything and felt peace.
Comprehended everything, yeah. And the source is his heart was filled with peace, but also excitement, this incredible discovery.
Naturally, you'd want to tell people, share this amazing insight. But that wasn't easy, was it?
Not at all. That was the next hurdle. He was burning to share it, but, well, there were no words. How do you explain that?
Right. Language feels so limited for something like this.
He tried. He really tried to explain, but people just couldn't. They couldn't get it. They could see he was different, though.
How so?
They noticed something beautiful radiating from him. And crucially, he didn't judge anyone or anything anymore. He just wasn't like anyone else.
So he could understand them.
Perfectly, the source says.
Ugh.
But they couldn't understand him. There was this gap.
And because he was so different, so radiant, people started thinking.
They started thinking he was an incarnation of God.
Wow. How did he react to that?
The source describes him smiling and saying basically, yes, it's true. I am God.
Whoa.
But, he added, you are also God. We are the same, you and I. We are images of light. We are God.
Trying to bridge that gap again. Did it work?
Nope. Still, they didn't understand. The concept was just too far from their own experience, their own dream.
Okay, let's go back to the mirror thing. He realized he was a mirror, seeing himself in others, but they didn't see themselves in him. Why not?
He figured it out. He saw that everyone else was dreaming but without awareness, is how the source puts it. Living in the world, but totally unaware of their true nature as light, as God.
So they couldn't see the reflection because
there was a barrier between the mirrors, a wall made of fog or smoke.
the smoke again. And what was the smoke made of? It wasn't just nothing, right?
Right. It was made of the interpretation of the images of light, all the meanings, the beliefs, the stories humans overlay onto reality. That collective unexamined stuff. That's the dream. That's the smoke.
Ah, okay. The interpretations create the smoke. And this understanding directly led to the name he chose for himself.
It did. He knew this powerful vision might fade. The intensity might lessen over time. He needed a constant reminder. So he called himself the Smoky Mirror.
Smoky mirror, why that specifically?
To always remember, matter is a mirror, reflecting light. But the smoke in between, that's the dream, the interpretations. That's what keeps us from seeing what we really are and from recognizing each other.
And he explained the name itself, didn't he?
Yeah, the source quotes him, "I am the smoky mirror because I am looking at myself and all of you. But we don't recognize each other because of the smoke in between us. That smoke is the dream. And the mirror is you, the dreamer."
Wow. That really pulls it all together. The mirror, the smoke, the dream, the dreamer. It's all in the name.
It's a really potent image, isn't it? Captures that whole dynamic of separation and underlying unity.
And thinking about that smoke obscuring our view, there's that line included at the end of the source material.
Ooh, the John Lennon quote.
Yeah. Living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you see. Kind of hits different after hearing all this, doesn't it?
It really does. If the dream is the smoke, then living with eyes closed is living right inside that misunderstanding, unable to see the light, the mirrors, the connection.
So recapping this deep dive then, we've journeyed through this ancient realization. Everything is light, part of one living being we might call God. This manifests as the tonal and the nagwell, held together by life or intent.
And we saw how matter acts as a mirror reflecting this light. But our human dream, all our interpretations, creates this smoke that stops us seeing ourselves and each other clearly.
It's a view that really flips our usual understanding of reality on its head, you know? If perception is just light perceiving light, and this smoke is built from layers of interpretation,
Mhm.
what does that mean for how you, listening right now, see the world? What are you actually perceiving?
Yeah. And what might you not be perceiving because of that smoke? It leaves you with a pretty big question, I think.
Definitely. If the smoke is made of our interpretations, the meanings we layer onto things, what kind of interpretations might be creating the smoke between you and the world right now? And maybe even more profound, what would it actually feel like to live without that smoke? To look out and genuinely see yourself reflected back in everyone and everything you meet?